Simmers, SimsEclaire here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are doing kind of another Real to Sim. So I found this picture on Pinterest that was a container home, and I've been really feeling building container homes recently ever since I did that mansion. So I kind of wanted to try and figure it out, and the difference between this container home and others was that it actually had like an attached greenhouse on one of the sides of it, and I really liked how that looked, especially in terms of using Eco Lifestyle, because Eco Lifestyle kind of gave us a little bit more gardening options. You know, we got the vertical gardening, and it's all about being more eco-friendly, and obviously that has to do with gardening. So I thought that that would be a really good build to do just Eco Lifestyle and base game. Now, as you can tell, I did not use just Eco Lifestyle and base game when I first started building this, because I forgot that we had wooden what are they called, wooden columns in Eco Lifestyle. So I was going for more of like the matching look, so I went with Snowy Escape, and then I'm using these Snowy Escape windows as well. And then towards the end, when I realized that literally just the windows and the columns were the only things I used from not base game or Eco Lifestyle, I was like, yeah, I'm just changing it. So towards the end, or I guess it's not really the end, it's more like the end of the exterior, I do decide to go ahead and change all of these out for base game or Eco Lifestyle things, so that way this house is completely base game and Eco Lifestyle. And this house also ends up with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There's one bathroom upstairs next to the office. I like to do that in my Eco Lifestyle builds because the fabricator machine can make your Sims really dirty if it decides to break, and it's a lot easier if there's just a shower like right next door to it instead of having to travel all over the house. And then there is the bathroom downstairs for the 2 bedrooms. And right now the shipping containers are really wide. You're about to see me shrink them, because I thought it'd be really cool to have them look like actual shipping containers that are very thin and very long. But I do end up switching it all back because I realized that in terms of like making this a home, that really didn't make any sense. Like, at least in The Sims. Like, in real life, you can get like all this small furniture and you can make it look really cute and you can make it work. But in The Sims, all the furniture is like super weirdly proportioned, and it doesn't, in order to do rooms like that skinny, we would need a whole like separate pack, like the skinny room pack or something, because like double beds, if we wanted 2 Sims to sleep in one room, like that could never work. They could never walk around the bed. You'd have to have single beds in every room, or bunk beds, but like it doesn't really work for a family scenario, and I definitely thought a family was living here. My idea was kind of that this family had moved to Evergreen Harbor, and they were like really into gardening and really into plants and like green life and stuff like that. Maybe not necessarily the rest of the Eco Lifestyle options, like not recycling or fabricating or anything like that, but when they moved here they met all these nice people and all these friends, and they started to kind of get into the whole fabricating scene and more of the Eco Lifestyle and not just like gardening aspect of it. So they're slowly starting to work their way in trying to make their lives sustainable. So I do give them a fabricator machine, a candle making machine. I give them very like low level appliances in hopes that it'll help their power consumption. I gave them a recycling machine in their backyard, and I kind of just made this lot feel as though this was their first home in this world, and they used maybe the town has like this mandate where you have to use X amount of things if you're building a new lot, so they had to use all these shipping containers and stuff, and that was kind of my idea. It's not fully fledged out. I wasn't really like, I haven't created Sims for this home or anything, but that was the general idea for what I was thinking. And then over here to the right is going to be their right yard, their side yard, I guess. I used the debug fence because, like I said, I thought this was a new build, so I thought they probably just used what they could find. And then I also used the debug plants to kind of make everything look overgrown, because I didn't modernize the world here when I was building this home, and I did that on purpose because, like I said, I thought the family had just moved in. So there's all this trash and overgrown leaves and everything everywhere, so I wanted this lot to kind of fit in and not match the space and not be like too stark modern or fancy for the area that it was living in. The house was living in, wow, the area that the house was built in. And then we're going around and we're just adding all of the different debug plants. I do add a couple more colorful plants than what are usually found around the world here, because I really like those like white lavender plants that we got from this pack. And then I also like the multicolored like ground growing plants that they don't really grow on the house lots, but they grow in the other areas of town, so I decided that it was okay to add them. And then out here, I'm just doing a simple seating area. I thought that this family would probably try and spend a lot of time outside, so I did want to kind of replicate that by giving them quite a bit of outdoor space. And then I'm adding two fabricated couches here, and then I also add a patio. Well, it's not really a patio, it's a picnic table. They also have another patio table out back by their grill, so I thought that they'd probably use that one more, but I needed something to put in this space, so I decided just to go ahead with it. And then we're going to be moving on to the inside. So the kitchen is very small. I mean, the whole house is kind of small because it is very narrow, but I'm using this base game cabinetry set, and I was having a really big issue with how I wanted to end the cabinets here because I wanted to put the refrigerator there and it kept merging with the window, and then I was like, you know what, I could just move the refrigerator. It doesn't have to go on that side of the kitchen. So I moved the refrigerator. I figured it out. I'm a genius. And then I merged this eco lifestyle sink in with these kitchen counters because I thought maybe it'd be kind of cool if like the mom had built this sink or something using the fabricator machine, or if the dad was a woodworker, he built this, and so they wanted to implement it into their to their kitchen. And it does look pretty good with this counter set. I mean, obviously it looks a little rustic, and a part of me wishes that I had used the, if this wasn't base game and eco lifestyle only, a part of me wishes that I had used the country kitchen cabinets, because then that would have matched that sink perfectly and it kind of would have tied it together. But obviously this is eco lifestyle and base game only, so I couldn't have done that. And then we're adding a simple dining table. I'm pretty sure everything's still going to be functional. Obviously I will play test it before I put it in the gallery, but I really wanted this family to have like all the necessities because, like I said, I did think that they were moving here for a fresh start, so I thought they'd still have all their furniture from before, and they just kind of needed to fit it into this new space. And then over here, I'm giving them a little bit of recycled furniture, and I figured that maybe when they built that sink, they had refurbished some old furniture of theirs and into like new pieces, because these do look kind of, I don't know what they're supposed to be. I've always imagined that they're like old t-shirts or something, which could be really cool. Like maybe the parents used to go on road trips all the time, so they have all these road trip t-shirts that they've turned into their furniture. Like that could be a cool storyline. And then I'm also using the eco lifestyle fireplace that we got, and I just raised the TV up so it sits on one of the ledges of the fireplace. It will still be functional, just because it's a TV, you can pretty much place them anywhere. But yeah, that's what I decided to do. And then over here, I'm filling up the space on the wall with some of the eco lifestyle fabricated lights. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm using eco lifestyle in a build, because it really truly does just kind of help you figure out, you know, spacing, because there's not a lot of pictures or wall art in eco lifestyle. They're all these like super large what are they called, wall decorations, and they don't always fit into every space, so it's nice to have those lights to kind of fill in the spaces that you want your sim to be able to walk in, but you don't want a bare wall. And then this down here is the downstairs bathroom. I decided not to put a shower down here. I wanted to use the eco lifestyle set. There is a shower upstairs though, so if you prefer showers for your sims, you can either replace this one or just use the one upstairs. And then in here, I'm using the loft bed option for the bunk beds. This is the base game one. I'm just placing a simple chair down below, and it should work. I've heard that as long as you only use the tile underneath the pillow on the bed, then you should be fine. So I just put the chair there, and then I put some posters on the wall, and I figured that could be a nice little reading corner. And then I added the drawing table from Eco Lifestyle, and then also this fabricated bookshelf, and then the fabricated chair and a desk for the kid to do their homework on. And then I'm just cluttering up a couple of things, making it look more like a kid's room, making it feel more like a kid-friendly space. I'm about to add the chalk drawings on the wall too, because I figured if they had the activity table, they were probably really into drawing and maybe had gotten some chalk on the walls at some point. And then in here is the parents' room, and I went with this like yellow and white color scheme because I had picked this wallpaper, and I wasn't 100% about it when I had picked it, but I'd never used this wallpaper, so since I was doing an eco lifestyle and base game build only, I wanted to try and incorporate it. And then when I pulled out the swatches for this eco lifestyle bed, one of them was in yellow, so I decided just to roll with it, and I really like how this room turns out actually. It has a door from the outside to the inside of the room, so it's a little bit awkward because you're like Sims could just walk straight from the outside to inside of this bedroom. But I also thought that maybe that could be cool for like in terms of the parents, like if they're super tired, they can just go straight from the outside into their bed and they don't have to worry about, you know, talking to people or like walking through their house or anything like that. So I don't know. Sometimes I do that with builds just because it makes sense from the exterior, and then I get to the inside and I'm like, oh wait, maybe that wasn't the best idea. But anyway, now we're moving on to the upstairs, and up here you could definitely fit another bedroom if you wanted to. I almost did, but I wasn't quite sure how many Sims I wanted to be living in here or how many Sims would really make sense for this small space. So I decided just to go with another sitting area, especially since the one downstairs is so small. I wanted to make sure that they had a nice, you know, a little bit of a larger area in case they wanted to do like family game nights or something like that. But you could definitely add another bedroom up here. There's plenty of space for it. And then just move the bathroom door so that it's on the side with the hallway, so that way you could have a room there. And then we're about to go into the office. So the office has a a candle making station, a fabricating station, and a easel. Actually, I might have deleted the easel to make room for the fabricator. We're about to find out in a second. I know I put a desk in here. It's one of the fabricated ones. And I also give them a computer. Now, some of the eco lifestyle traits don't really like you to use computers. I don't know. It's really weird because they like revamped the freelancer career for eco lifestyle, but then one of the traits from eco lifestyle doesn't actually like it when you do freelancing. And like computers take up way too much energy, so like your sim feels guilty when they use them. It's a really weird thing with eco lifestyle, but I didn't know what stage this family was going to be in or what jobs you would choose for them to have, so I decided to give them a computer to be safe. And then, like I said, the fabricator and the candle making station. And then in here is their gardening area. So like I said, I thought this family definitely started off with their green journey by gardening, so I wanted to make sure they had a nice little space for it. So I give them the bug hives so that way they can have their own bugs, and then also like 6 planters I think are in there, and then a set of wall planters as well. So there's plenty of space for them to have their own little green room. And then out here I added some solar panels, wind turbines, and water collectors. So this is really helpful with bills and stuff for eco lifestyle, but I wanted to make sure your sim had access to all of them because they can break. And in order to fix them, your sim needs to have like a lot of space around them to be able to fix them. So I wanted to make sure that that was there. And then out here, it's just a simple backyard with a pool and a recycling machine. But besides that, that is it for this build. So I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!